It's the Timberwolves, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. They're just off a road trip in the heat, are looking to settle back in here at home. And, of course, Gary Payton. He's a big ticket to foul. They'll go without him.
Yeah, no question that it's a risky deal to make because it's the kind of move that can turn a team's fan base against the front office. But trading one of the most popular players on the team is always risky no matter what you get in return.
All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Back to LeBron. Now here's Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Here's Worthy. And finished off by Worthy.
Well, we're accustomed to seeing Kawhi as the finisher, not necessarily known as a passer, but boy, what a pass right there.
Back to Johnson. And it's Hill with the jam.
You know, that's using speed and quickness to combat size. By the time the defense reacts, it's far too late.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, I was able to catch up with Eric Spoelstra a few minutes ago. We talked about how they plan to deal with Jaylen Brown. He said Brown's explosive off the dribble, so we have to have bodies in front of him, be physical with him, stay connected with him at all times. We'll see if they can keep Jaylen in check. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Duncan. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And how about the strength from the big fella? Duncan just out-muscling the defense and finishing through the contact.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
Now here's LeBron. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Wembanyama, a screen. The Heat need to get a shot off. That shot misses. Great D that time from Duncan. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Now Hill, after the missed three by Carmelo. Here's LeBron. Rebound, Minnesota.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Duncan in the corner. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And Worthy has got it here for Miami. They trail by 1. Here's the drive.
Hard not to be a fan of the way Worthy plays. You see the quickness and agility there on the drive.
Here's Johnson. Lays it up off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Anthony right side. They grab their own miss. Over Wembanyama. Anthony. Shots good by Anthony.
Boy, Melo has made a name for himself with his mid-range game, and you can see why right there.
Back to LeBron. With the fadeaway. Good on the shot.
This is a dangerous area for LeBron James. You get him into that mid-range area, you don't know what he's going to do.
Now, here's Gervin. Still scoreless. Duncan with the bucket.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. Minnesota leading by 4. Here's Johnson. And that one drops for him. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
Back to Leonard. 5 to shoot. Over Gervin. Leonard, no luck.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow.
Yeah, that says it all right there. Grant Hill finishing the drive with some thunder. When he's moving at full speed, boy, it looks like he can fly.
And the dunk by James.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter steal, but not who you want to leave open.
Good on the three-point shot. Duncan's got 9.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes. And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
In the corner, Gervin with it. Back to Anthony. Leonard with the steal. Outside, James. Got a piece of it.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
And again, Minnesota will turn it over.
Substitution for the away team. Number 34, Shaquille O'Neal.
The Heat trailed by 3. Now LeBron. Pass to Cooper. James in the post. From 17 feet out. The shot by Wembanyama, no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Shaq with it. He's picked up by LeBron. O'Neal. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
And sometimes the D has no choice but to foul O'Neal. He's that dominant.
He's off on the first.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that
Maybe. And the second free throw, good.
Well, sending Shaq to the line here is on paper the smart foul, but O'Neal might just make them regret it.
Now here's Davis. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Nice open look, but it's no good.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
English misses.
Well, nice job crashing the glass. You'd love to see that kind of effort.
LeBron drives in. Three-pointer, Worthy. Rebounded by Jackson. Timberwolves leading by 4. O'Neal inside. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Jackson with the screen. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
They've been sensational on the backdoor to start this game.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the first. And here is Anthony. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Shaq with the screen. And Shaq with the slam.
Assisted by.
And how about the force with which the Diesel plays Shaq on attack?
There's 31 seconds left in the first. And that one's good from Havlicek.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Listen, we know Dwight Howard is on the back nine of his career, but he can still be valuable. This guy is capable of a double-double every night.
Here's Shaq. Tim Duncan has been on display for Minnesota. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll return shortly. And getting going. Again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Minnesota.
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
Yeah, and they're a...
Wow! Young fella. Doing it with style. McGrady punishing the D for giving him that kind of airspace.
Havlicek outside. It's slammed in by Howard.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
McGrady. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And McGrady has an impressive vertical there, showing once again with how well he dunks the basketball.
Havlicek with it. Howard can't hit.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Trains the three-pointer.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Howard at the elbow. Thompson for the triple. And it's Shaq with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 7. English with no one around. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
To the paint. Looking to end the run. And it's sent back by O'Neal. Back to English. There's the screen. A kick out to O'Neal. Miami grabs the miss. Inside. It's tipped. It's stolen by Anthony. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
Substitution on the court.
Here is Havlicek. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Teams deciding to change it up. So, Doris, here's a question for you. Should the NBA widen the court? Because the corner three now is such a staple in these offenses.
That's exactly right. One of the most coveted, Kevin, because the proximity of the shot is so desirable. Here's what we know unequivocally. There's no way they're going to widen the court because it would take out some of the money-making courtside seats. That's not happening.
Out to Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Richardson. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. Richardson with it. Picked up by Thompson. Here's Johnson. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Johnson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves. Here's Havlicek. Knocks down the three ball. Havlicek's got 5 points in the quarter.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Duncan gets a wide-open look. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Pass to Moncrief. It's Pippen on the wing. Still without a basket. Banchero grabs the board. Minnesota leading by 10. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. Magic Superstar says it's not anything in life, it's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day, because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin, but you just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. DA thanks. Hill has the open look. No good on the triple.
This shot's just, it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
It's stolen by Banchero. Pass to Hill. Into the lane. And Hill throws it down.
Assist goes to
That quick first step that Hill has is just part of what makes him so special. No one's going to get in his way once he's on the move.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Stolen by Pippen. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got his first points in this one.
And for his position, Davis, a solid distributor. He's one of the league's most unique players.
Back to Johnson. And it's off from three-point range. The Heat trailed by 8. Thompson outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Down low. Kicks it out to Richardson. Off target from outside.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
Knocked loose. And stolen by Richardson. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Latrey And it's Havlicek missing.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Several teams changing it up here. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Jackson has the open look. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
James. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And making it look easy. LeBron overwhelms the defense inside.
Back to McGrady. Out to Anthony. Jackson in the corner. 4 on the clock. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
3 points.
Jackson's got the lead up to 11 now for Minnesota.
And that is why Triple J is a stretch 5. He doesn't clog the lane. Jaren really helps to space the floor. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
McGrady outside. The 3 from Leonard. Wembanyama, a screen. James. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. Minnesota leading by 11. Outside Anthony. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And so James will bring it up for Miami. Releases. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Anunoby. Outside Anthony. And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Now in the game.
Jackson in the corner. Gervin outside. 6 on the shot clock. Good D by Howard. The Heat trailed by 11. At the elbow, it's Worthy. Stolen by Anunoby. The 3 from Anthony. And the 3 ball is good. Anthony's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Timberwolves.
You know, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
And so it's Minnesota with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Minnesota leading by 14. To the inside. And stolen by Leonard. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Hill pulls it in.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Fades and shoots. That one no good. James looking around. Lets it go from the wing. And the shot falls short this time. Now, here's Johnson. The kick out to Hill. O'Neal outside. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Dwight Howard.
And it's not easy to get between Shaq and a rebound. He is relentless on the glass.
Minnesota shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. High post, Howard. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. That shot off.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Pick up by Hill. Floats it up for Hill. And it's Hill with the jam.
He is just always a step ahead of the defense. Magic runs this offense with absolute precision.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And LeBron throws it down hard.
LeBron James, ever the showman, with an exceptional slam there. One of the best dunkers in the history of the game.
And that one's good, Anthony.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to talk to his guys. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Havlicek outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Johnson can't hit. It's stolen by Johnson. And Magic Johnson with the slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Davis sets a screen. And taken away by Johnson. And here's English for three. And it's Miami with the rebound. It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
Anthony can't hit. The Heat trailed by 21. Right side, Pippen. Back to Davis. Pippen a screen. Out to Thompson. Here's the three. The three-pointer is right on target. Thompson's got 5.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Elbow shot. And that one drops.
Assist from
That's 12 points
Magic Johnson.
for Carmelo Anthony.
It never ceases to amaze. Melo makes putting up big numbers like this look so effortless. What a performance.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way. This guy cannot get started, and the offense overall has been a struggle because of it.
Moncrief's shot is off. Here's Minnesota. They're on a 14-5 run. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. Fades back. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And hey, we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
Here's Duncan. The Timberwolves again can't hit. On offense, here are the Heat. And it's Davis with the jam.
And he'll get ahead of steam when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in AD's way.
Pass to Duncan. And the dunk by Duncan.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
Pippen a screen. And it's Havlicek missing.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Wasted no time on that one. Gervin's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
They've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
And this is what you want on both ends, to win the battle of effort.
And that's exactly what you can control, right? Your desire, your hustle, your will to succeed.
Out to Gervin. Fades. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Gervin's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is his first free throw of the game. The first one falls.
Now at the line.
And so Thompson nails both of them. There's 1:54 left in the third. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And the Heat call time here.
Second team foul.
Bancaro with the screen. Here's McGrady. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Timberwolves passing it around. Outside, O'Neal. The fader. No good on that one. Great D that time from Howard. Driving inside. And the layup's good off the glass. Howard's got 6 points.
Yeah, freight train coming through. Howard just powering into the paint.
Cunningham outside. A double clutch. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
David Thompson.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham, is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor, and he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic, but boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
From deep three-point land. And the rebound goes to Howard.
And that's how you have to defend him out there on the three-point line. Played him perfectly.
Boom. Goes back up. Out to Thompson. 5 on the clock. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. 9 points in the game so far.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
And a wide open look for... Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Well, that's a perfect end to the quarter for them. You have no idea how much of an effect those buzzer beaters can have on a team's momentum.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Minnesota on top, opening up a huge gap. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And it's Miami's ball. Now LeBron. Wembanyama outside. And it seems a new era is upon us, GA. A lot of young stars and young teams vying for the status of household names.
Kevin, the casual fans might have to update their frame of reference, right? Especially since a lot of these new stars are playing in smaller markets.
And here's Leonard. To the middle. Kicks it out to James. Leonard with the ball. Here's Wembanyama. Clock at 4. Leonard, no luck. Cunningham outside. And Hill has it in the corner. Outside Worthy. Takes it inside. Kicks it out to Leonard. Wembanyama, a screen. Another shot. Worthy from outside. O'Neal with the rebound.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
And the word you got to use is explosive out there when talking about Grant Hill. He's one of those guys who doesn't wait for the game to come to him. He goes out and just makes things happen.
Pass to James. Wembanyama, a screen. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Kawhi Leonard reminding folks he's still got a vertical. Look out.
Johnson with it. Leonard picks him up. Floats it up for Hill. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
And that one's good. Duncan.
Duncan with that innate ability to shoot the basketball.
James. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Well, those are the kinds of moves that distinguish LeBron from every other small forward that has ever played this game. He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Here's James. And it's Johnson with the rebound. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Timberwolves. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Screen by Duncan. And Hill has it in the corner. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson. Hill's got 4 this quarter.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
James throws it down hard.
Oh, okay. I guess LeBron wanted that one to sting a little. He put a little extra on that one.
Hill, no good. Worthy outside. Wembanyama outside. The rebound by Johnson. Timberwolves on offense. Pass to Anthony. And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Right? You think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
The kick out to Hill. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Duncan. No good from outside.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Worthy the screen. LeBron, no good. Anthony looking it over. Over Leonard. Anthony's shot is off. And Miami has possession. Pass to James. From outside the arc, Duncan grabs the rebound. Takes a 3. Rebound by the Heat. Here's the fast break. Wembanyama leading the way.
We are talking about perhaps the highest IQ player in history. LeBron knows how to get the ball to his guys in their sweet spots.
Here's Hill, and it's Hill with the jam.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Wembanyama, a screen. From deep, James. Grant Hill grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here he goes. Oh, he jams it right over Wembanyama.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. James with the bucket.
One of those nights where opposing coaches just shake their head. LeBron has taken over.
Outside Hill. And the call will be against Scottie Pippen. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Goes up off the inbound. And Hill throws it down.
And making it look easy right now. When Hill finds his rhythm, well, he keeps in attack mode.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Here's LeBron. It's tipped. Back to Wembanyama. It's stolen by McGrady. Here's O'Neal. And Shaq with the slam.
This is Shaq at his best, getting that deep position and then just muscling through.
Worthy outside. High post, Pippen. Shot clock at 5. Over Hill. And another basket for Miami.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Pass to Richardson. Now Shaq. On the wing, Hill. Now here is McGrady. His three-pointers off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Timberwolves.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year. And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance. But in particular, a real good game it was for Carmelo Anthony.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
And the Heat call time here. They trail by 30. And some changes here for the Heat.
All the dancers. Substitution on the court.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's McGrady going inside.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Now, here's Thompson. 6 to shoot. Driving to goal.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Thank